To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean up a bit of lipstick off my mirror. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water. I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. It'll be some time before I feel stable, maybe in a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Today's the day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed on my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong. For Corpse Girl. For me. With my room now clean, I decided to spend a little time tidying the rest of my apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments. Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1, I'm not going to lose my shift if a victim doesn't meet their demise. I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise, I'm sorry. Just because that twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her, I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve after all. Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2, I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken, not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep on my medication. I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxieties to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is, and always will be, my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but I will let her remain as simply my friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. This last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day. Instead of all that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there, and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup, or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro, that weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I finish tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building, at least for as long as I've lived here. I know it's not coming from my apartment, because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs too. As far as I can tell, my place is completely mold-free. I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. That's good. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my taut muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims. Fresh blood. Oh hey man. I like your bald. The first is The first is an older male, maybe in his 50s, typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, or on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his cloned face and his cloned personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. Two things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Ah, Noriko. Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, although its owner values it above all else. A signature is scribbled across it in white ink. It's an autographed photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess I can't even make out a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I'd be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol, or a singer, or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever, he asks her out, and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Killa, killa. Well, that's the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some of the finer details of the photo. The reasons behind the request don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll send him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I send the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time. It'll make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goal set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. Oh, it's late. Sunset. Nice change of scenery. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses, and I even washed it down with water. Didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train, I got to the convenience store at the usual time, and I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever, strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office, and even made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day is nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social helped me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me always. Anyway, at least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m., and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified, but even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir, I believe? Nadir? Nadir? I've never seen that word before. At this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in the quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I'd like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
Ah, well, what a great greeting. About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, and I can tell she's just being a bit affectionate. Despite any differences we might have had once, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
Same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but...
What's wrong?
Hasn't he seemed, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
Huh? Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so... I don't know.
Cheating? No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. That memory that was floating around the edges of my consciousness has come into the light. Shinya spoke to me, hypothetically, about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so who is he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then the relationship could really be in trouble. But Is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I could be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman.
What? Are you serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins, despite her obvious frustration, and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. Well, I do genuinely hope that everything works out for the better, but sounds like a tricky situation all the same. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor. Myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave, and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko!
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? Well, you know what? I think maybe asking him directly, tell me what's wrong, is a question where he'll just say no, no, no. I think maybe the right answer is, are you having trouble with Tomoe, sort of as a workaround? Of course, I might be reading too much into it, but I'm going to quick save and then save anyway in the first file. Yes. We always double save. Alright. I think are you having trouble with Tomoe is the way I need to go, I believe, because tell me what's wrong is too generic.
Are you having trouble with Tomoe?
Shinya stares blankly for a few moments before slowly opening his lips.
Somewhat.
Oh, Oh, hang on.
I think she can tell that I'm unhappy in our relationship.
He's unhappy? I swear it wasn't long ago that he was posting on Noise about having found his true love.
Do you want to talk to me about it?
I don't want to overstep the boundaries of our relationship.
Come on, it's a bit late for that, isn't it? You asked me about sex not long ago.
That's true. But that was unprofessional of me.
Aw, come on, Shinya, let your heart out. We're here to help you. Best we can, my friend.
Tell me why you're unhappy with Tomoe.
Promise not to tell her, okay? I want to be the one to let her know when the time is right.
Okay, I promise.
Of course.
The truth is, there's someone else. Someone else I've been intimate with.
Someone else? The same someone else who has been pressuring him into sex?
I see. It's an affair, then?
Shinya flinches at the word, like I just let out some unforgivable curse slip through my lips.
Affair is such a mature term for it. I wouldn't call it that.
I see. Are you able to tell me who the other woman is?
I can't do that. Sorry. I want to protect her.
I nod to feign understanding. He wants to protect this other woman, and he doesn't want Tomoe to know, so in a way he's trying to protect her too. But this kind of situation never works out favorably. Both women are going to end up hurt, and Shinya is going to end up alone and unforgiven. The whole situation sounds messed up to me. I don't know if he's having a genuine affair or if he's just trying to cover up the fact that someone is abusing him. And I don't feel like I'm going to get a straight answer out of him.
I should go. Please, don't mention any of this to Tomoe. I swear I'll tell her myself, but when the time is right.
He nods, almost as if to reassure himself that his own words are true. He grabs his bag and gently pushes past me on a path toward the elevator.
Good night, Noriko.
Good night, Shinya.
Good night.
And just like that, I find myself alone in the office. Well, I have my theories that it's that woman, right? That businesswoman. Katomi, I believe her name was. I mean, she's the only other character that possibly fits this description, so... Don't worry, Shinya, we'll help you out, my friend. One step at a time. Alone, and without any more answers. And at that very moment of despair, my phone rings out like a beacon of hope. I bring it to my eyes and see a message from Shinya emblazoned across the screen. It's just 2 words. Kotomi... Ah. Nice. I'm glad I asked the right thing there. I really did want to help him. I didn't want to mess that up. Of course it's Kotomi Ida. Kotomi Ida? The executive with Shinya's career in her hands? The very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi? So, that whole situation was more in depth than I had originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about her relationship with Shinya. And just like that, I suddenly have even more questions. Is Shinya in a genuine relationship with Kotomi? Or is she using him, just like I initially thought? I rubbed my eyes and let out a sigh of exhaustion. Oh, God, the plot thickens. Oh, God, shower. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles on the shower walls are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can't see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that has fogged up the glass. Well, Aoi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I don't really need. But I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user Koji. Oh, Kojiro is calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well, sorry. Awkward now.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board Noise Channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. Not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts?
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Seems so.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. A carbon copy businessman or the attractive, semi-famous singer, idol actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a strange post.
Was hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
Oof! This again? Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait a minute. That's the same quote that Emmy read when she looked it up on Noise in the prologue. That was the same quote. Oh god, we're getting closer and closer to the prologue. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is a boring businessman and one of them is a semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken this discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves, or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit, he's once again assuming my true identity. And he's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Well, maybe this doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. Well, that is if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over. But not me, not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flab on my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I am thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I won't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit, entering my bedroom. I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it towards me. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to the post on Noise Channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my two latest victims created these posts. I spent a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed into my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finished. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try to plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to his morgue? It's a big step. It seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I pull my laptop next to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. Plans. Oh, the park. June 9th, Tuesday evening. I should be here by now. I was pretty clear about the meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation. I'm not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he will take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through this if I didn't firmly believe that.
Hi.
Hey, he's in his work clothes. Hey, wait a minute. That's the same shirt and orange tie you wore to our date. I'll forgive you, because you're a handsome man. Hi. My neck jerks in reaction to the voice. Why the hell did I say hi? You already said it.
There you are.
I'm late?
I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Zaz. Traffic?
Saws. Oh yeah, right. Saws.
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen as he looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to raise suspicion of my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Wait, no, that's not...
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
Ugh.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head to a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely, if you can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos, and the deaths, and...
Feels kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh yeah, I did, huh? That was stupid of me. I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
Then... come on, throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Eiichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicions at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explains how I knew he was one of the Corpse Girl's victims. But if what Kojiro is telling me is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you're a corpse girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
Oh?
I was the one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Dude. What the hell's with this opera? Oh. Kojiro, you're the one, huh? Sorry, this epic pose with the sun behind you, the blue glint in your eyes, and this song that reminds me of the opening of Mirai Nikki is is something. Damn. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood drain from my face.
I submitted his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course that would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
What the hell? Kojiro, my guy. Oh, you're coming on a little hot there, my friend. Maybe take it down a couple notches there, my dude. I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
Oh, damn. I think Kojiro just became my favorite character. He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods. My methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy. Yeah, Kojiro actually has... Yeah, he said it himself. He actually had motive for murder, even if he didn't carry it out himself. Noriko hasn't actually killed anyone. Oh god. A dangerous enemy or a powerful ally. It's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make him an offer that I can't refuse.
Join me.
Hmm?
Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decided to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me. A paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death. A macabre certainty. An absolute state of finality.
Wait, what? You can pronounce that word as macabre? Okay. That's a lot funnier to say.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about. You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
This offer is a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it was the only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry. Already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day, but you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
Well, damn. I'll give Noriko credit. She has a way with words. I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs, a big hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds, and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms on the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing, because I've planned out this whole scenario in detail. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
Well, when you phrase it like that specifically, it makes me think the worst. I'm not going to elaborate further on that.
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so if he wants to take it further, that's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it surely will help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once, and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes as he reverts to his awkward alien self.
Saws about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Seriously? Did I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah.
Of course.
Oh.
Looking forward to that.
Whoops. Messed that up. What did Noriko say? To put it simply, yeah, and I get assistance with Corpse Girl's work, a reward for keeping my eyes shut. I'm actually surprised I haven't done that more and more. Of course, looking forward to that.
The spoken contract's as good as anything to me. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
A factory?
An abandoned factory, all for our corpse collection. I like the sound of that. Huh. It's pretty late by the time I get back home. I'm completely wiped out. Well, hey, you know what? I think we accomplished a lot. Kojiro's on our side, and he's slowly but surely become my favorite character in this game. Ooh, damn it, now I'm excited again to see what happens. After the last couple of dark moments, I'm happy to get some more intrigue afoot. Ooh, let's see what happens.